I am a fisherman. It's not merely something that I do, it's who I am. Fishing is simply not my escape, it is where I'm supposed to be. It's not a place that I go, but a lifelong journey I am taking. It is a passage that was shown to me and I will continue to show to others. When you understand all of this, you will know me and we will fish together. So guys, we are a month away from France. I've got my bait for it. I've had it for a little while. We've got some 18mm Munch bait cream seed, some 14mm Munch bait cream seed to take. Got the cream seed stick mix, and we've got probably the last bottle ever in the existence of cream seed syrup. What I'm going to do here is, because the boys have actually started to sweat a little bit, I'm going to sit here and make up my spod mix, and then I'm going to be putting it back into the bag and sealing it back up and put it in a nice cool place. So what I'm basically doing is I'm using the crusher, and it's probably going to take me a while. I'm just taking a handful of the 18mm, giving a quick crush, crumbing them all up in different shapes and sizes. So sometimes I'll give it like 1 turn, sometimes I'll give it like 2 turns, just to get different sizes and different bits in there. Then I'll take the odd handful of whole boilies, put them in there on both sizes as well, because I want there to be all different sizes of baits on the bottom to get the fish grubbing around. I need to probably do about 15 key of this. I'm taking 45 key with me. So yeah, I'm going to crumb up 15 key of this now. So just put in a couple of handfuls of these little ones as well. Get them in there. Get them all in there. Don't waste any of them. Anything I drop on the floor, I'm picking up and putting them in. Give it a quick mix round. Get a couple of handfuls of the bigger ones, chuck them in. Oh yeah, it's looking good. And we're going to put a little bit of this syrup in now. It smells so good. Let's get that in there. That is really thick as well, so that'll help coat everything. Let's get it in there. Like I say, don't waste anything. Let's take it all off the bottle, throw that in there and all, and give it a mix, and let me show you what we've got going on. So I'm just going to put some stick mix in here as well. I know it's basically the crumbed up stuff as well, but it just smells much better in my opinion. I'm also going to coat probably 5 key of the boilies in that as well. So as you can probably tell, this time I'm going quite a lot more prepared. Not that I didn't know what I was expecting, what I was going to need to do last time, because I did, but I don't want to have any excuses this time. So I've got everything, getting everything ready at least a month early. I'm going to let these all soak in the syrup. Probably going to add some other bits and bobs to it as well. Might add some Himalayan rock salt, just a little bit, just to help preserve it. And yeah, that will be my spod. There's a big clump of goo there. Spread that out. So this is what I'm going to be sending out in the spod and in the boat. As you can see, we've got holes, got bits of chop, crumb, all that lovely goodness. So guys, we are now 2 weeks away from France. It's getting closer and closer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the boilies that I crumbed up and coated in the stick mix and put them in a bucket, and I'm going to cover them in cell. I'm going to let it soak in for 2 weeks. I'm going to seal the bucket up so that when we get there it's ready to go out. So as you can see in here we've got whole 18 millers, we've got whole 14 millers, chops, crumb, everything, and now we're just going to add this and then I'm going to shake it about. We are here at Crete Lakes, and unlike last time, we've had a banger. #1 in the draw. You can't write it. Falker texted us like 2 weeks ago saying he'd had a dream that we were going to come out as group #4 and come out first. A few days later, the letter turns up, we're group 4 and we've come out first. It's unreal. We're having a quick run round now. We're not even going to bother looking at Lake 1 or 2. We're going to have a quick run round Lake 3 and then go and have a good look at 5 and see what's going on, but I'll get back to you soon.
In this swim, you get to fish all that back. Hold on.
Looking good? Right. Rob, down and Gerald, what have you got?
21 to 24, mate.
Yeah.
Right, Dan, go first. Go on. Dan's the newcomer, you can go first.
Oh, Dan looks good.
What's it?
Right, so Gerald's got a long one, then Dan. Then
Okay.
me. How does that work out?
Uh,
I've got to square straw, you cunt. Getting his feet out. Feel like I'm forever in training.
We've been here a couple of hours. The rods have only just gone out and Falker's already into one.
I'm alright, though. Have I found looks here?
Nah.
No. Hey, how deep is it out there?
Who, me?
How deep is it out here?
It's not that
You
deep.
can get in. Oh, that looks well loose there. Come on, baby.
Oh yeah, ain't little.
I'm not forward.
Oh yeah. In the neck.
In there!
Go on lad.
My dad into the chunk.
Well, that's 50.
That's
That's a 40 or 50.
50, that's got to be a 50, isn't it? Look at this, look at the width of it.
Get a sling,
No, that's a 50. That's a,
That's got to be a 50. That could be a 60.
That, oh my god. Oh my god.
oh my.
That could be a 60.
Oh
I'm not
my
even
God.
lying.
That's massive. That's massive. That's a PB.
Oh my days, that's massive. That's a 60.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Do that.
But-
You want to do the zip up?
Can we take a look at it in here? In the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it, yeah.
Do that zip up for me, mate. Taking that out. Taking that out. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh my days, folks, that's massive.
Oh my. Well done, mate.
You need a bigger sling than this.
Nah, it'll be alright. I don't think you should look at the scales that goes on though.
Mind it, get his head up a bit more, please, come on. That's it.
Might need. Right, no looking.
Oh my god.
No looking.
Alright then.
Yeah, get it on there. Oh my. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
Right, hang on.
Step here.
Oh my days.
Oh my god.
Wait, hold on, let it settle, let it settle.
No, that's dead on, mate.
Dead on.
64.
64 pounds.
Yes, in there! Yes! Yes! Alright, get ready for the photo. Over here, in case it drops.
Don't worry.
And then take it, and then we'll pull it away.
Go. Hang on.
Oh my god. Yeah, look, there's a bailiff there and all. Close group now.
100%.
We've only been here like, what, half hour really? Well done, mate. So here we are, we're all set up, the rods are out. We are in peg 24 on Lake 3, and what a start to our group. Falcon with a 64 pound mirror. What a fish, really happy for him, well done mate. I'm just hoping I can get amongst them. Spoke to the bailiff and he advised me to pin all of my rods on that back bank, so that's what I've done. I will turn the camera around now and show you where they are. So the left hand rod is on the back bank. It's just, see this little white stick here, it's just under this tree over there. The middle rod is on the back bank, just under that tree over there. And then the right hand rod is off the point. See that little thing in the tree over there? It uses that as a marker, and that's where my right hand rod has gone. What I'm going to do now though is, it's been a long old day. I'm sure if any of you guys have been on a French trip before, you'll know the first day is a lot of hard work, getting here, getting set up. It takes ages to get your stuff all sorted. So I am going to just relax for the rest of the day now, and unless I catch a fish, you will see me tomorrow morning. Good morning guys. Wow, what an eventful evening that was. After Falker had that fish, he managed to get another one at 31 pounds just as it got dark. And then I was kept up all night, not by my rods, but by Dan's. He had 3 fish. I think the biggest was only 32 maybe, and a couple of high 20s. And then about 4 o'clock this morning, I finally got back to sleep, and my rod absolutely one tone screamed off. Couldn't stop the fish, it ran straight down the back margin into a snag, and I lost it. But never mind, it's only been the first night. Woke up this morning not feeling too well, couldn't eat my breakfast, so I got it to take away. It's sitting in the bivvy, and I'm just going to go and have a quick shower, and then I'm going to get back down there, get all the rods back out, and I'll give you a little update of where we're fishing and everything, and what's on all the hooks and what baits we're using and stuff. So yeah, I'll catch you in a bit. So the rods are now back out, and I've moved the left hand one to a tiny little spot of gravel, which is just out here, 13.5 wraps. It is a very small spot of gravel, but I just feel like, why is there a random bit of gravel there? It's got to be where they've been feeding. So I've stuck a rod on that. The middle rod is back out over here, it's under this canopy, and then the right hand rod is under this canopy, but it's a little bit further out. There's a nice little 5-foot spot out there that just looked good, so I've dropped it on there. The fish that I lost last night came on the middle rod, which is the one under this canopy over here. They've all got yellow Peril pop-ups on them, so let's see if we can get one today. I've had a little lead around out there. There is no other gravel from what I can see. Dan has got 2 gravel bars who's next door, just out in front of him like there and there, so I thought maybe they would continue down the lake, but they don't seem to. But the bailiff did say pin them all on that back bank, and then I've got one little rogue one down here. Let's see what the day brings. It's going to be 32 degrees today. It was 31 yesterday, 32 today, and then we're meant to have a thunderstorm, so hopefully the fish will get on the feed. The guys on the other side of the lake have had a couple as well. So there's a few fish coming out, which is good. It's a good sign. They are feeding. Like I said, I had that run last night. It just locked me up and then cut off. I'm not sure on what, because it was so dark I couldn't see anything, and my head torch, I trod on it on the way out and it'd come off the strap, so I was trying to hold it and play a fish, which wasn't ideal. But never mind. We've got 6 more days yet. I'm only like 1 day in. Plenty of time. I'm not putting out too much, but I'm just putting 3 scoops in the boat every time I put them out. So I'm not piling it in. Dan's gone through quite a bit of bait. He's done probably over half a bucket in the first day. So if he continues like that, he's gonna get through all of his. But I've still got another whole bucket of just whole boilies, and then 2 bags as well, and maybe half to 3/4 of some chops in the bucket that I'm sitting on right now. So plenty of bait if they start going on the feed. But yeah, I'm just gonna try and relax now. Like I said, I'm not feeling too great today. I think it's just all the travelling. I was tired, broken sleep. I've managed to eat my breakfast now, so hopefully that helps. I've had a nice shower as well, so I'm just going to go and put my head down, trying to have a little nap and wait for the alarms to scream off once again. It's a scorcher. It's 3 o'clock. It's nearly dinner time. I've got about an hour and a half still got to reel in and go, but one of the bailiffs has just been round. He's just put me on to 3 other spots. So after dinner they will be going straight on there. One of them was pretty much where the middle rod was, which is where I had a run from. So hopefully tonight brings us a carp or 2. It's been really quiet today. The guy opposite has had one, but no fish for us through the day today. Like I say, I think where it's been really hot, I think the evenings are going to be the ones now. So really looking forward to getting the rods back out there. I'm only going to put 1 scoop of bait in there, and I'm going to start fishing for a bite at a time, which is what I should have probably been doing from the first place. But you know what it's like. You come to France, you think big fish piling in the bait. But I just don't think that works. These fish get fished for constantly throughout the year. I think I've just got to treat it a little bit more like I'm fishing at home, and see what happens.
Behind in the water, isn't it? Is it going to go? I'll tell you what, that was one of the best fights I ever had.
So the rods are back out after dinner. We had a lovely Sunday dinner. It was actually really nice. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Falk decided to not come to dinner. I'm get him a takeaway, and he caught one while he was waiting for his dinner. So when we came back, he had one in the net, a 40-pounder. So lucky him. Well done, mate. He's doing really well. The guy who was in the swim that Falk fished last year had just literally had another one as well. And we think he's probably on about 5 or 6 fish now. So the lake is fishing well. I just can't seem to get amongst them. Like I say, Dan had a few last night, but our other pal Dan, who's down in the other corner, he hasn't had anything yet. So I'm just hoping that tonight is the night, now that the rods are on the spots that I've been shown. I walked around the bank and got Dan to hold the rods, and I drove the boats over there so I could see where they were being dropped. And I checked the depths, and I was happy with where they've gone. And I've only put 1 scoop of bait around them because I'm going to start fishing just for a bite, really. And then once I've established a spot and I know that the fish are visiting that spot, then I might put in a little bit extra. But we'll see what happens tonight, fingers crossed. It's meant to be a lot cooler tomorrow. It was 32 degrees today. I think we've got an 8-degree drop tomorrow, which will be nice, a little bit cooler. Hopefully the fish will be moving around and we'll get some. I don't know if the microphone's going to pick this up, but can you hear those crows? They're over in the field to the left of me, I'm guessing. So that's where the sound's coming from. But they seem to do it every night. About this time, they did it last night as well. Anyone got any idea why? I know the sun's setting, but why are they going garrety right now? No bites for anyone. It's cooled off lovely now. The next few days, temperature's going to drop. I think we've got highs of 24 tomorrow instead of 32. Which is going to be much nicer, which I think is going to really help with the fishing. So yeah, I'm going to get myself tucked up in my bivvy. Let's hope we get one tonight. See what happens. Good morning. Clear my throat. Monday morning, still no fish for me. Dan had another 2 20s in the night. He lost one that was a lot bigger, unfortunately. I think Falker had one just before bed last night as well. That was 31, 32 pounds. And then far end Dan managed to finally get off the mark with a 37 or 38 pound fish. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm doing something wrong. I'm starting to get a little bit of a deja vu from last time we were here. But I've just got to keep going. I've got till tomorrow really before I've got to start thinking about possibly moving. So it's nearly breakfast time. The rods will be coming in a minute, and then we'll get the rods back out on the spots again, fresh baits, a couple of little scoops in there, and just see what happens. I'm also thinking about just fishing one mid-water somewhere, because that seems to be working for them guys down there, but they have got a bar in front of them and I haven't. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'll think about it over breakfast. I'm just hoping to get a bite. The lake is looking lovely. Look at it. The surroundings here are so nice. The road behind, which is like way over there, behind the trees in the background, can get a little bit noisy, and the crows at night time, God knows what's going on with them. But yeah, it's about the only real noise you get here. And then all you can hear is me talking on the phone. But yeah, time for breakfast. Let's get these rods in, get down there, and then get back up here and get the rods back out. It is 1 o'clock on day 3 and still no fish for me. It's a lot cooler today. I think it's only about 26 degrees. It's much nicer. I'm hoping the cooler weather will get the fish on the feed. The wind's changed direction, is now pushing down to the other end of the lake. But I'm not really seeing any signs of fish up here. It's been a lot quieter today. The guy over there has had one fish out from the margin over there, so who knows. I'm contemplating a move. Tomorrow will be the day. If I don't have anything tonight, I've really got to seriously think about moving. But this peg just looks so good. It just looks like it would have so many fish holding spots. You've got that whole back bay. You've basically got a whole bay to yourself here. No one can get anywhere near you, but the fish just don't seem to be up here. I've not seen anything boshing out. I've not seen any movement. It's just dead once again, which is mad. I came out first to draw, and I came out first out of our group to pick, and I picked this one thinking, oh yeah, surely they're going to get up here. Got a lot of water to myself, and lo and behold, nothing's happened. I think I'm cursed. But yeah, so it won't be long. A couple of hours, it'll be dinner. What I might do tonight is I might bring the rods in, and I might walk over to the other bank and just scoop in a load of boilies up and down this whole margin, and just see if putting in some extra bait. I've tried doing little bits of bait with me hook bait and nothing's happening, so maybe if I spread some single boilies up and down with the scoop, just throwing them in up and down this whole margin, maybe we can get the fish rummaging around over there, see if we can get a take tonight. And if we don't get one, I will definitely think about moving. I've had a look at the map this morning. Lake 5 is pretty much full. There's room on one, but the ones that are on one are all bait boat only. Lake 4 has got the most room on it. There's actually only 2 people on there. And that would probably be where I would head to, but that would mean being miles away from all the other guys. But it might have to happen. So yeah. Don't know what else to say really. Really quiet once again, unfortunately. Yeah. Getting real bad deja vu. At least the weather's nice though this time. The rods were out for no more than 5 minutes. Right up there on the back, the right hand rod's torn off. And he got snagged. Exactly the same as the fish did on the first night. The first night I couldn't see which way it went because it was so dark. This time I see it. It's gone out to the right. I've struck down there and then I've come back all the way up here, rod tip high, trying to keep the fish because I know there's a snag out there somewhere. It snagged, so I stood here, it came loose, and before I could wind down, the fish was in another snag. I should have quickly wound down, got back down the bottom and pumped all the way back up the top of the slope. But we know for next time, it's a good sign. I bite within 5 minutes of the rod going back out. Just before dinner, I walked round there and I put in 5 or 6 scoops of boilies and I spread them up and down the margin. And when I was putting the boat out, Dan was helping me, Dan was in my swim, holding the rod, and I was over on the other bank looking to see where I dropped it. I could see signs of fish, I could see bubbles, see feeding activity. So I knew I was going to get a bite. I was just unprepared for it to be that quick. Oh, for God's sake. Never mind, we go again, the rod's back on the spot. It's good signs for tonight, hopefully we can get one. So annoyingly, I've just lost another fish on the right hand rod. The good thing is it shows that I'm getting bites now, the fish are in the area, but I just can't seem to stop them from kiting right. I'm fishing locked up, I'm applying pressure to try and get them to turn, but they're big fish, and when I'm fishing at 26.5 wraps all the way across the other end of the lake, they're just doing me basically. They're getting right quickly and I can't do anything about it. So I've got to hope that I can get on the rod and just pull them to the left as quick as possibly can, and hopefully one of them will turn and come in. I've only lost one rig, so it's not too bad. I'm not leaving rigs out there, I'm not dropping leads everywhere. It's just frustrating, but we're going to keep going. Hopefully tonight we will get one. I'm going to try and stay up and basically sit on the rods for as long as I can, but the bug life here of an evening is bloody ridiculous. As soon as you turn on any sort of light, you've got 1,000 moths in your face, and it can be quite annoying, but we'll see. Hopefully I would like to get one just before it gets dark, so we've probably got about an hour before it gets dark, but we will see what happens.
It's got to be a good fish in it. Oh, it's got some pull in it. That's got to be a good one. That's got to be a good one. It's catfish, isn't it? I just took all the line back that I'd gained on it, literally.
It's a lovely evening, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Look at it.
Wants to go again.
It's because you're getting in the shallow water. You want it to go quite out really into the middle again, don't you?
It's right down the end now.
How deep is it there? Oh, it's quite deep there.
Wants to kite again, I can feel it. You're going to be about an 18 pounder. No. It's hugging the bottom, I can feel it, hugging the bottom. They pluck you tight as well. Can't do nothing with this. Just got to literally just let it do what it wants to do.
Please just go right for me, baby. Honeybee. What the fuck?
Keeping a line out of trees.
Trying. Yeah. Trying to get it to turn away from them snags.
Yeah.
It won't.
He's right in this corner now.
He's just holding.
He's right here. He's just here. Just see the swells come up.
Take line again.
I don't think these are that overhung, to be fair. I'm hoping they're not anyway.
They are.
Yeah, I think they're only just touching the water, though, aren't they? That's it. It's turned out a little bit.
It's come off.
No.
Yeah, it has.
Oh,
No fucking way.
The lake has come alive. I'm starting to see fish show. One's just showed out in front of me. The guy on the other side has had a double take. Falco had a take and lost one, and then Dan just had a take and was playing a fish for near on 15 minutes. It's got into the margin down to the left, as you'll see in the video, and it's come off. And it was a good fish. It was very powerful. It moved all the way across the whole lake, came down towards my swim, and then hugged the margin all the way back in. It's just so frustrating. We've all lost a fish within the last 3 hours, and the guy on the other side is absolutely hauling. But that is fishing. That's what I keep telling myself, that is fishing. Like I said, I've just seen one show mid-water out in front of me, so there are some fish down here. So I'm hoping we get a bite. We have not got long before the sunset though, so I don't really fancy playing a whopper in the dark. So I'm hoping to get one before the sun goes down.
Them fucking crickets. Have a listen.
Are you talking about that loud noise or the crickets that are behind you? Because that loud noise is crows.
Oh, is it crows?
Yep. Finally, on night 3, the right hand rod, which I actually had a run on and brought back in and just pub chucked out into the middle, the pub chuck for the win, has finally got me my very first French fish after 2 trips. This is so well deserved. It's not one of the big ones, but we'll take it. £27 Crete Lake Mirror. I'm so happy. Let's get some photos, get the rod back out there and see if we can get another one. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I probably had the fish about half hour ago, and as Dan was walking back from helping me, he's just had a £36 common. So I think he's had 4 or 5 fish in the night. It seems to be that the fish push up just into mid-water during the night, and then in the days they're at that back. They're on that spot that I found there where I've had 3 runs. So luckily I pub chucked that one out there because I've just had another little bleep bleep bleep, so they're in the area. I'm aiming for a tree out there that I can see. It's the only thing I can see really because it is that dark, and I'm just giving it a little cast. I'm not trying to. Got it. It's a lot of gnats got in here during the time of me getting the fish. Yeah, so I'm aiming for that tree and I'm just giving it a little chuck. And I'll do that now until the morning, and then tomorrow morning I'm going to go back over onto that bank. I'm going to put 3 scoops in before I go to breakfast. I'm going to have a shower in the morning as well, and then put the rods back out when I get back from breakfast. What I think I might do actually is probably give it an hour, get the rods in, go have a shower before the madness begins down there, and then yeah, happy days. Fish, come on. So happy, finally got one. that's relieved so much pressure. I don't feel like I need to move now. I feel like I can get fish in the night. What I might do, I might just wrap up like 12 wraps and just put a little spot out over the top of it with some whole boilies in the night, just so I've got some bait around it, and hopefully that'll bring the fish in. Have fished the margins up until when I get a bite, and then go on to that wrapped spot in the middle of the lake. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I'm just buzzing. Lost for words. That was really well short. My spot went short. Yeah, there's a tree in my way which don't help. But lovely. Oh, that one was on top of it. Bang. Yeah, I've got to do about 5 or 6. The guy opposite, I was talking to him, he had a 50 something today. Hello, hello. Not much gone on today. I've been and had dinner, and before I did I walked around and put bait in like I've been doing. But I have moved the rods around just to try and see if the fish are in different places. Now the left hand rod, which was right down to the left on the snag, is now under some overhanging trees in the corner of the bay. The middle rod is now what was the right rod, and that's still on the spot, and we did have a take on that, but unfortunately once again we lost it. And now the right hand rod is on a completely new spot. You would have seen in a previous clip me spodding over a marker rod. They told me there wasn't anything really out to the right. When I've thrown the marker lead out there, I've managed to find quite a big bit of gravel. It's about 12 3/4 wraps out towards the point of the island, and it's quite big, and I think that's where I probably had the fish from last night, because I did chuck the rod out in that direction, and it's not particularly far out. I didn't put a lot of effort in the cast, so yeah, I think that's where I had it from. So what I've done is I've put the rod out there, I've spotted over the top 5 spawns of like the crumb and like the half boilies and everything that's all been coated in the self stick mix and hemp seed oil, and now we're just going to sit back and wait and see if that gets us a bite. The fish have been boshing out in between me and Dan and the guy opposite's water. They've kind of pushed into the middle of this spot, and they were boshing out for a good couple of hours. It's gone a bit quiet now because we've had a bit more rain, but hopefully the night will bring us some fish. Completely different weather today. I honestly thought it would turn the fish on, but if anything, it's kind of slowed it down for us. The other side, the guy on the other side's had 2 50s, so for him it's business as usual. I think he's had about 14 fish now, and yeah, so I'm going to sit here, watch the sunset. The sky last night was amazing. I'll put some pictures in now. I couldn't believe it. I managed to get some absolutely amazing pictures, and I've even got a video of what I think is probably a shooting star. So happy days. I'm going to sit back, I'm going to eat some Haribo. I've got some shortbread from the Tuck little van today, and just enjoy the evening. Hopefully it gets disturbed by a run. Look at that view. Honestly, this lake is stunning. Just quickly before we go for the evening, obviously we've been talking about booking up again, and we were talking about if we could book up again, what lake we would go on. I think we'd come back on this one. I was saying I've never felt so close to catching a big fish as I do on this lake. I've only fished 2, lake 2, and that was just abysmal. There was nothing in the swim where it's in this swim. I've now found gravel. I've got 3 spots on the margins that I know produce fish. Swim next door, Dan's got 2 gravel bars. Rob next door's got 2 gravel bars, and then Dan in the corner's got a whole bay with overhanging trees which have produced him some fish. The other 2 swims on the other side are absolutely knocking fish out left, right and centre. So I feel like this lake here is the one that's got the most spots that you could find easily, that's correct, and fish. And as you say that, I've just got a message, hold on, of a picture. I'm back again. I thought maybe it was a fish picture, I just didn't hear him get a bite, but it wasn't. But yeah, as I'm saying, I've never felt so close to catching a big fish. I really do want to fish Lake 5, and I do think you could have a really good hit on Lake 5, but again, if you're in the wrong area on there and the fish aren't near you, it's going to be tough over there. It's a big old lake, big old piece of water, but there are a lot of big fish in there. Lake 1 just isn't my cup of tea. You're staring at each other, fishing to the middle of the lake. It's got the biggest fish on the complex in it, but I just don't fancy it. Lake 2, again, like I say, absolutely abysmal. Had a horrible time on there, and it has produced a couple of 60s this week, I think, and it is fishing alright, but I just don't want to go back on there. And this one's just nice, and then that just leaves Lake 4. I would love to fish Lake 4. Like I say, it's just a giant version of Terrapin, really, at Darren Fishing Complex. Something that we fish quite a lot, and it did a 58 today. I think it did a big one today for that lake. That's more of like, was kind of known as their runs water here, and there's only been 2 people on it. Someone did move on to it this morning, so I think there's 3 on there now. So yeah, I would like to fish that one as well, but it just depends where you come out in the draw. Like, we got really lucky to come out first, and I actually came out first out of the 4 of us to pick, and I think I picked the wrong one. But this bay just looks so carpy, it's unreal. It's kind of your own little lake. You're up on your own, no one else can see you, and you've got so much water to fish, but they just haven't seemed to get up here really. I say that, I think I've had 6 runs and I only landed 1. So yeah, bad conversion rate, but there's definitely something over in that bay over there. I took the boat over there again today, but couldn't see anything other than there is a mad depth change. So I'm just wondering if the line's getting hooked on the on like the up of the bar where the depth changes. I don't know, I'm just making excuses for bad angling probably. But yeah, I'm going to sit back now. I'm going to go back to watching some YouTube videos, eat me biscuits and enjoy this sunset, and just try and catch a fish. It is only Tuesday, so we've still got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so we've got tonight, so we've got 4 nights, 3 days, plenty of time. I am getting through the bait now though, but luckily I bought extra, so we should be good. Finally, we've got our second fish of the trip. I was standing there playing this one, and I actually had to take on the middle rod as well, but unfortunately, because that one's close to a snag, it ended up snagging me up, and I couldn't get that one. But we have managed to land this lovely 29 pounder. They're getting bigger. So it's a few ounces off 30, which is a bit of a shame, but we'll take it anyway. Lovely fish, put up a hell of a scrap again. Let's get some photos and get the rods back out there. Good morning, good morning. I've been to breakfast. The rods are already back out on the spot. We managed that 29 pounder last night. Dan had 1 and lost 1, Fulker had 2, and Dan down the far end literally just had 1. I think it was like a mid-20 or something like that. So whew, busy night again for them guys. Not so much for me. I had that 1. I did lose 1 on the middle. I've decided that I'm not going to fish that spot at night because it's too much hard work. As soon as I get a beep, I've got to be on the rod, and I don't want to keep losing fish and losing tackle over there. So what I'll probably end up doing is moving the middle and the right hand rod onto the same spot, which is out mid water, and then this left hand rod I'll just put it somewhere along this other margin on the other side. We've not seen any signs of fish over there really, but last night I did start to hear some boshes, and it kind of sounded like it was coming from over there. So I've put the rod back under the tree over there where we started, rather than having it over there on the far bank, just to see if anything happens. Change the baiting approach again. The back one has got a scatter of boilies around it like it's been doing, but the others have only got a little PVA mesh bag with about 7 boilies on it. I'm fishing for a bite now. We're in the middle of the week. We've got a few more days left, but I just really want to try and catch one big one. So I'm just fishing for a bite. I'm not going for volumes, otherwise I'd be spodding the granny out of it and trying to get loads of fish in, which probably is the better way of doing it, thinking about it now. Put a load of bait out there and get them all in. But it's not really worked too well for Dan the last night. He's been doing that. He's been putting like 8 or 9 spods out over the rods, and they've been small apart from that one that he lost. So we're going to sit back. Here he comes, here's the man. We're going to see if we can get some more today. So I just walked over to see Dan. It's midday because I heard the spod crashing out there in typical Dan style, to discover he's fishing 3 zigs at all different depths with the sloppiest mix you've ever seen. And I'm standing there, and the right hand rod's gone off, and then the middle rod's gone off, and we're like, are they tangled? What's going on here? Like, but he lifted into the right hand rod, nothing there. Lifted into the middle rod, there was a fish there for 5-6 seconds and it came off. So I don't think the right hand rod affected the middle rod. I think he actually had 2 takes on the zigs, but just typical zig fishing. I don't like it personally for that exact reason, that sometimes they just don't look themselves. They're just mouthed at the bait. It hasn't gone all the way in. But yeah, so good signs for him. That's his first bites within the day, I think, other than that big one that he lost on the second night. So he's happy. He's now standing on his rods waiting for him to go off again. Not a lot going on in my swim, very quiet. The guys opposite had another one. They said at dinner that it was very quiet last night. So I think they had 1 in the night. So there's still fish coming out. Dan's had 1 down the end. I don't know if I already said that. He had another one. I think I might have already said that, but yeah, he's had 1 down the end, another mid-20. So there's still fish coming out. We're still open. We've still got plenty of time. So fingers crossed we can get one. Big one would be nice. But I have to get in the water for. Go. Happy days. Finally, we've got a day bite. The middle rod, which I'd moved off into the bay, has torn off. And we've got a nice little one, around the 21 pound mark. It's lively, as they've all been. Do not slap me. Do not slap me. There you go, 21 pounds, another mirror. Let's get some photos, get the rods back on the spot quickly, because it's not long till dinner. I want to see if I can get another one. Happy days. Get you back. Thank you, Mr. Carp. Oh, guys, I've lost 2 fish. The left hand rod, which is over in the bay, tore off. I've managed to get it out of the bay. I'm playing it, it's carted off right off down the lake. I've got it in. I've literally got it into down here under this tree. The fish has rolled, it's come out. I've put the rod straight back out there, put the rod down, walked up to the bivvy, gone again. Lifted into it, this time cut me off clean on something. So now I've got I've got a whole pack of tubing up the line. So I've probably got 8 foot of tubing on the line out there on the spot. So I'm hoping that will help with anything that's sharp down there. Just keep the line away from it. And see if we can get one in the night. It's good signs. That's a new spot. It's amazing what going 30 yards to the right can do. I tried going left. I went 30 yards to the left, and then I even came down into this side of the bay over here, and nothing. But going 30 yards to the right, I've had 3 takes today. Landed 1, nearly landed the other, and lost and got cut off on 1, which is a good sign. I'm not putting bait in there either. I'm just putting a little stringer of 5 boilies on the hook and putting that in there. I don't want to put too much bait in there. I'm fishing for a bite. We're over halfway. We haven't got that much longer left, and I really want to catch a PB. Anything over 34, so it's very easily done. All the other guys on the bank have had one over that, so I'm hoping I can get one over that and all now. I'm just going to keep plugging away, that's what you got to do. As soon as I lost that fish, re-rigged, got it straight back out. I'm not dwelling on it, I'm getting the rod back out there, because bite time, it seems to be after dinner up till dark, and then you've got about 3 hours where nothing happens and it goes a bit mental again. So we'll see what happens tonight. I'm going to sit back, relax, might even have a beer. Right, it's just getting dark. Me and Dan were sitting there talking about how we thought we should have had more fish. And I literally went, yeah, I feel like I should have had another one on that rod, the left hand one. As he said that, it beeped and went off. We've gone and got ourselves a 22-pound mirror. A little bit bigger than the last one. Let me just give him a quick wash down. For him to splash me in like T-minus 13 seconds or something. There you go. 22 pounds. The bites are coming a lot quicker now. The spot's starting to build. And we're going to get some photos, get the rod back out. And let's hope for a bigger one tonight. That's it.
Yeah, mate.
Hopefully it's the cut. Hey! Come on! Come on then. Do the honours. It should be zeroed. Oh, oh dear.
PB?
No, it's not.
34.1.
Yeah, my PB's 34.4, isn't it?
No, it's 34 bang on.
No, we're not counting that 1 ounce.
It is. It's a PB though.
Oh, it's my PB common. Does that count? It's 34.1, isn't it?
Yeah. 34.1.
I can't count it by 1 ounce. Just as it's got dark, the middle rod, which has been out on the bar since dinner, has gone off, and it did not tear off at all. That weren't no little bite. And we finally got ourselves a 30. It's actually 34 1 ounce, but I can't really count 1 ounce because that could just be in water. But very close to a PB. But we're going to take it because it is actually my PB common. 34 pounds of lake free Crete Lakes common. Come on, I'm getting amongst them now. Let's get him back down. Get him back up, come on. Push. What a fish. All muscle. What a fight. Putting a right old scrap right in at the rod tip. Happy days. Let's get some photos, get the rod back on the spot, and let's get that 40. Come on. Thank you very much, Mr. Kilman. Back you go. When you're ready. Into the depths. So I'm back in bed after a mad 10 minutes. I had a 34 whilst Dan was taking the pictures for me. He had a 28, I think it was, and whilst he was landing that one, we just got in net. Falkers had a 48 pound common, so he's now had a 64, 48, 40, and then loads of other fish. So well done to him. I'm just hoping that me and Dan can get amongst some of the big ones now, and hopefully that Dan down the end there gets another one, because he's fished hard this week. We've only got 2 more days and 2 more nights after this one, so hopefully in that time he can get one. It's midnight. I'm going to close my eyes, try and get some sleep. I want to get up early and go and have a shower because I'm covered in mud after that one. I just feel a bit grubby. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to close my eyes, go get some sleep, and I'll see you in the morning. Oh. Tight lines, wet nets. girthy. Just in time before it rains and all. Off you go, mate. See you later.
40 pounder.
Come on, boy.
Yes. Get in there.
Oh, it's about 4 o'clock in the morning or something. I don't even know what the time is. The heavens have opened. And we've gone and got, what was it, £35, a new PB. Finally. It seems to be the night of the commons. Dan's just had a £40 common as well, along with Falker's 58.
48.
48, sorry, not 58. 48. And here's mine. £35 of common. Full of energy. Alright, let's get him up one more time. And then we'll get some photos. Bosh! As Danny Fairboss would say. What a turn of fish. Happy days. Just get some photos. Get the rod back on that spot. Come on. Yes! Wow. What a night's fishing we have. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I've got 2 rods left out. And the right hand rod, which again is over on that spot, which is 12.5 wraps, 12 3/4, over to the right. Has gone and got us another 30. A £30, £32, 2 ounce mirror this time. So a proper motley one. Very lively. This fish is very angry. Beating me up. Come on, lad. Up you come. Oh, hey. There you go, guys. £32, 2 ounces, Lake 3 mirror. Happy days. Let's get some photos, get the rods rebaited, get him back out there for about an hour and a half. It'll be light then, get ourselves off for breakfast and a shower. But what a night's fishing we've had. Everything is completely turned around. It was looking bleak at the beginning of the week for me. Now I've had 4 tonight basically. I'm on 7 fish. Let's get these photos, get the rod back out there. See if we can get another one. Happy days. So since catching that 32 pounder, I haven't really been able to go to sleep. So what I did was I reeled all the rods in. I went and had a shower and I thought I'll get that done and out of the way. We're meant to have really bad weather this morning. And I thought, oh, I've been quiet down there because there are only 2 showers on the complex that I'm aware of. And I had my shower, and then as I came out there was 2 people outside waiting, so they must have had the same idea. But yeah, I just wanted to get all clean after catching all those fish last night. I just felt a bit mucky. My legs were all covered in mud and all sorts, so nice to get clean. And like I say, we're meant to have rain all day today, so get that done and out of the way so I can get back in the bivvy and not have to worry. But yeah, I've put all 3 rods back out, and they're all on that right hand spot now, just all at different lengths. I think I've got one at 12, 12.5, and then one at 13.5, all out there to the right, just to see if we can get a bite within the next hour before we go to breakfast. Morning! We've just got back from breakfast. I've managed to get the rods out and the heavens have opened. Bring on a 40 today. Carpy weather this is. We're due thunderstorms. It's going to be like this pretty much throughout the day, and then tomorrow we've got bright sunshine again. Here it comes, the rain. Bring on the big uns, come on. Oh, quiet day today. The guy on the other side's had a couple, but our side, no bites, no signs of fish. That rain's really brought the temperature down. It's quite cold, but I am still in a pair of shorts. I'm trying to keep as much clothes clean as I can for on the way home. I've only got 1 more t-shirt, 1 pair of joggers, so I don't really want to get that dirty. I've got a clean jumper and all. But yeah, I'm hoping that once again tonight is when it kicks off on those middle and right hand rod. So when I get back, I'll get the marker rod out as I've always done. Chuck it out there at 12.5 wraps, find the spot, and then drive the boat out to it. I could cast, and that's what I've been doing in the night. But what I like to do is put a little PVA bag on there, take it out, take one out behind the float, drop it, and take one out to the right, the float, and drop it. And then the left hand rod will go back into the bay until dark, and then I'll probably just put it out in the margin somewhere close if we get a run. The rods are back out on the exact same spots that produced fish last night. I feel like the right hand rods are a little bit more right. I put the marker float out there and then went and got the spod rod. Got about 4 spods over the top, but then cracked off, which is annoying. It's now floating halfway down the lake. I have got a spawn float on it, so maybe tomorrow morning when we go for breakfast I'll go and have a little look and see if it's in the margin down there. But yeah, all the rods are out. Let's hope for a fish. So I'm now retired to the bivvy for the evening, ready for the madness, hopefully. If anything, if last night's anything to go by, it should be a busy one. I had to reel in about 20 minutes ago and run to the loo, which was a bit of a pain because the rods were perfectly on the spots. But before I went to the loo, I quickly put the marker rod back out there on the spot, so when I came back I knew I could get the right and middle rod straight on the spot, and they went straight out there. The left hand rod, which is down in the bay, I had to take out like 2 times. Mainly because I feel like I went in a little bit too deep on the first one. I was getting liners straight away as soon as I put it, so I've taken it back about half a rod length and dropped it a little bit further out with some bait round it, hoping that that's the route that the fish are taking, just a half a rod length out, and with a little bit of bait, if they're a little bit further in, hopefully that'll draw them out and give us a bite. But yeah, I'm gonna sit back now, relax. We've got a better day's weather tomorrow, so for the last day, and hopefully that brings a fish in the day as well. It's been very quiet, only 1 fish out for us today, and that was to Dan right down the end. It was a little 20-pound common. But yeah, we'll see what the night brings. Fingers crossed for that big one. Morning. It's 8 o'clock, Friday morning, into the last day. And last night it was dead down the centre of the lake. No bites from me or Dan. Falker had 1, and then Dan down the other end had 1. Yeah, I think the fish pushed out yesterday by the looks of it. I didn't really hear much, but then saying that, where I've had hardly any sleep throughout the week, I think I just zoned out last night. But yeah, not even a bleep. And not even a bleep on that long rod up in the bay. It's not, so they've definitely gone somewhere. Don't even know what to do now for the last day. I was hoping that maybe I could get one in the night off that right hand spot. Maybe I'll try fishing the spots I started the week on, see if they've pushed in along the bank down here into the bay. But yeah, gotta get the rods in a minute, go for breakfast, wake up a little bit because I'm feeling a bit groggy, and work out what I'm going to do. Bit more awake now, just walking back from breakfast. We're talking to the guys on the other side, and they were saying how quiet it was yesterday. They had 1 fish after dinner, when normally they're catching about 8 or 9, and nothing through the night. So yeah, quiet one last night. Obviously last day, got 1 more day and 1 more night, and we're getting picked up about 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow from our swims. So really I've got to make it count now. I'm going to get back here, I'm going to fill up the boat, drive it out to that spot on the bar, dump some bait on it, and just sit on it now and see what happens. I don't know whether to put that rod back in that bay or fish the other spots that have been left alone all week. Maybe the fish have moved off. Who knows what's happened, because they seem to have disappeared. Here's Dan swim. He's just gone to the toilet. But I've already got the rods wrapped up at the spots that I've been fishing. Dilemmas. I can see fish feeding over in this spot now. The guy on the other side, I can see him kicking up mud over there by the bank. But the lake is lovely. Look at this, definitely will be coming back. I really fancy fishing lake 4 and 5. I do want to give 5 a go, like I said. But if all else fails, at least we now know this one's got a bar in front of it, Falker's got a bar in front of it, mine's got a bar. Dan's is a little bit more difficult down there in the corner, he's only really got the margin. That seems to be the very hot swim over there that gentleman's in. He's got the margin and a bar, so that's produced loads of fish this week. But yeah, more knowledge gained for next time. Let's put Dan's essential cell stick mix down. And let's go get the rods out. So I'm going to be putting out quite a bit more bait today. This one's going straight over into that bay over there. Right off that single tree, dead in the middle of it. That's where I caught 2 fish from. I was contemplating putting it back out over there. Sorry, there. That's where the snag is, so I definitely think that is the better spot. The fish tend to cut out to the right instead. It is a nice little bay over there as well, so let's get it over there. It's coming up to 1 o'clock and it's very calm. Not a fish in sight. It's a bit like the first 2 days when nothing was really going on. I feel like the fish are probably pushed out and maybe down the other end now. But it's a lovely view. We're going to sit it out and just enjoy it. I might skip dinner and get them to bring back as a takeaway and just get the rods on the spots earlier tonight. I've packed away pretty much everything in the bivvy, so I haven't got to do it. Like I said, we're getting picked up very early in the morning, so it's probably best to get it done today and then not have to worry about it later and just relax and enjoy our last evening here. So I think the other 3 guys have gone to dinner. I don't know if Falker's gone, but I've decided to skip dinner, keep the rods out and just see if we can get another one. I've put them all back out and rebaited them. I just felt like maybe a refresher bait and just get them out for this like hour while everyone's down at dinner. Maybe we can nick a bite. Falcon did this I think on the 2nd day and he had a lovely 40-pound fish, so let's hope and see. I can't complain. I did say before I came I would take a fish a day, which would be 7 fish, and I've had 7 fish, so I've got to be happy. I've got a new PB. It would have been nice to have a 40, but it just gives me something to come back for in April. I mean, when you're surrounded with lovely farmers' fields and beautiful lakes, you can't really go wrong. Peace and quiet. There's a little bit of traffic on the road over there, but come night time there's nothing. It is deadly silent and all you can hear are the crickets. It is lovely here, and I'm so glad, even though I came the first time and blanked, that I didn't let that affect me and I've come a 2nd time and actually enjoyed myself a lot more this time. Not that I'm saying I didn't enjoy myself the first time, but it wasn't great, let's be honest. Now I'm going to sit down on my crappy chair. Next time I'm bringing a chair. I'm going to sit here, wait for my dinner and pray for a bite. Wish me luck. I just quickly thought I'd touch on bait wise. I bought 30 key with me, 20 key of it was prepared and the other 10 was still in its bags. Now I've still got the 10 in the bag, and out of the 20 that's prepared, that is all I've got left. So even though I haven't caught loads of fish, I have been going through the bait. Now, have I used too much bait? I don't know. It seems to be the night I spotted over the top of that right hand rod, I actually had 3 fish in the night, so maybe I should have put in a bit more bait. I don't know. The problem I've got is the spots I'm fishing I feel are like patrol routes. They're not really feeding spots. That right hand spot out on the bar is definitely a feeding spot. Now where I've had the middle and left rod all on the margins up the back there, I feel like it's just a patrol spot. The fish will patrol up and down the margins, come across the odd bait. So I've just been doing 5 boilie like stringers in little PVA mesh over there with them ones. The other day I did scatter in a load of bait over there. Seemed to get me a few bites, so when I put that rod back out today, I've gone over there and I've pretty much chucked the whole bucket in. Like you see, all I've got is what's left. I don't really want to be taking that home with me. The stuff in the bags is fine because I can store that and use it next time we go fishing in England. Dan's gone through a similar amount, probably about 25. I don't know what the other 2 have gone through. They're just a little bit too far down the bank for me really to be sitting with them and having a chat, but happy days. Like, it's been really good. I've really enjoyed myself. I hope the other guys have enjoyed themselves. We've already spoke about booking back up again, so I think as soon as we get back, we're gonna get ourselves back in the book for next year. Speaking to Luke, the head bailiff, he said it is busy next year, so hopefully we can slot in somewhere. If not, maybe we'll try somewhere else. But here is really good. Like I say, you get your travel, you go to Dover, park your car up in a secure car park, get on the coach, they drive you over here, they feed you, they move all your stuff to the swim. Can't really go wrong. I mean, it's a bit of a bum if you come out towards the bottom of the draw like we did the first year, but I still can't believe we came out top this year. I mean, it's paid off for Falco having a 64 pounder, a 47 and a 40. Like I say, we can't actually complain. I've had a 35. I think Dan's biggest is like 37 down the end, and normal Dan has had a 40. So I think everybody's actually happy. It would be nice to have had a few more day bites, but it is what it is, isn't it? The fish just want to feed at night. That's when they want to feed. There's so many little pike in here munching on the baits in the margin. It's actually quite fun to watch. But yeah, there's a fish just boshed over the spot. Hopefully goes and munches. The guy on the other side had 2 fish literally just before dinner. I think when they came round with the snack wagon, they did a little catch report. I think he's had nearly 40 fish out of that swim this week. Insane. Between him and his mate, basically the last 3 days his mate hasn't even been fishing his own swim. They've been alternating bites in that swim, and they've had, I think, near on 40 fish. I think he's had maybe 3 50s, I think 10 40s, and the rest are all like 30s and 20s. Ridiculous fishing, but well done to him. Absolutely smashed it. And he's actually from Gravesend as well, which is mad, like being from Gravesend, fellow Gravesendian over there. But that is mental. But yeah, I had a good time. Obviously this isn't the end of the video. I will wrap it up. I'm hoping I get one in the night. Nice and early in the night would be good though, so my stuff can get dry before I've got to pack up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, I'm going to go relax now. My dinner's on its way. Dan's coming back with it, and I will see you in a bit.
Apparently all the fish are down the deep end of Lake Five, like all of them.
And
apparently, because they were saying they were going to go and swim 38 and 39. The one's opposite, isn't it?
yeah.
And then he said, like, the one who's catching all the fish said, oh, said to his mate, it's up to you, like, you decide, innit? And his mate went 25, 26. And he went, I'm so happy. He went, your mate had a 64 on the bank before you even got our stuff off the trailer. That's what he said, because they were the last 2 to get dropped off, innit?
Yeah.
Would you just look at that view? Stunning.
The sun is setting on our time here on Lake Crete, Crete Lakes. It's been a great trip. You never know, we might manage to get one in the night, but if not, I'll see you in the morning. I'll give you a little rundown of everything that's happened in the week. We're going to get ourselves packed up and off home and on the ferry. But like I say, it's been a great week, and hopefully I'll see you in the night with a fish. Bosh, there it go. The minute the camera starts rolling, why the fish go Gary? Right, last morning, got about half hour before I've got to get up and start packing away, and the right hand rod has melted off. I didn't even have to go wake Dan up. That's how loud it was. And we've got ourselves a lovely fish to end the session. Don't do it. Don't you do it. 27 pound. A lovely fish. Happy to get one finally. It's been a bit quiet the last 2 days, so to get a fish right before we go home just tops it off. 8 fish for the session for me. Much better than last year. Can't wait to get back out here. Let's get some photos, get this one back and get packed down. Happy days. I know you can't see me, but I'm just sitting here for the last hour in the dark. The bivvy's down, everything's packed away other than the rods. I'm just going to sit here and reflect now on the week. It's been an amazing week really when you think about it, considering last time I completely blanked. to come here and have 8 fish. If you said that at the beginning of the week, I would have taken it. The only thing that was really missing was a big girl, but we got next time. It keeps getting you coming back. So everything is now packed away and the rods are the only thing left. Obviously a sling and a net, but everything else is away. And I'm just sitting here now, waiting until the sun comes up to get picked up. There's no point going back to sleep for half an hour to start packing away, so I just thought I'd do it now and get it done. None of the other boys are up yet. I'm thinking about going to wake them up in a minute, because it is, what's the time? 5:15, and they're picking us up from about 6:30, so I don't know how much they've packed away already. I packed away most of it last night, to be fair. I know Dan has as well, but you never know, we might get a last minute fish. Well, I already have had a last minute fish really, because look at the state of my sling. It's never going to be dry by the time we go, so that's going to have to come out when we get home. But that's a good problem to have. If you said to me you'd have 8 fish at the beginning of the week, I would have snapped your hands off at that, considering last time I blanked. I think Dan's had nearly 14 or 15 or 16 or something like that. Paul's had double figures. I think Dan's had 5. So between us we've all had quite a lot of fish. And we've had some big uns as well. It's just a shame I haven't had a big un really. 35 being the biggest. I think Dan's biggest was 37, and then normal Dan, the guy Dan you see in every video, had a 40. Fulker had a 60 typical Fulker style. He rocks up, throws a rod out, catches a bloody giant. But yeah, I'm just going to sit here now, probably got about an hour's worth of fishing, and see if we can get one more before we go. That's it, we're all packed up. That's the end of our Crete Lakes adventure. Happy to finally get off the mark out here after last year's blank. So overall we've had a really good session. Not going to leave with any regrets. I may not have had a 40, but I have had 8 fish, and I did say before I left, 1 a day would be I'd be happy with. So I've actually done better than that. But yeah, really happy. Can't wait to get back out here. I mean, look at the place. Look at that. It's just amazing. So, until next time, thank you all for watching. Tight lines, wet nets, and we'll see you all soon.